It's honestly. Oh my god. Hello.
I purposely started a little bit early for the bounce. Hello, welcome to episode 6 of the Self-Led Artist podcast. Welcome to Slightly Burnt Out Autism. That's me here with the sleeveless. It's not even sleeveless. The only reason it looks sleeveless is because I've just had a tat recently. And if I have it all the way down, it actually rubs against my fresh tattoo. So that's why. Autistic burnout vibes coming from me, and then we've got Yo, who's slightly manic, unmedicated ADHD, and together we are the power duo you never realised you needed in your lives. Can't hear you either.
Can you not?
Yeah, I
I'm
can now.
muted. High
Oh,
as
I thought-
fuck, boy. I'm literally like my pupils. I'm absolutely off my nut on nothing.
How many days in a row have you been manic?
Two. The sun came out,
mm-hmm.
and we were having a little chat off cam, saying about like the clouds, and I don't know, like if anyone out there has been feeling like all that pressure of like the weather was just like it was like a weighted blanket. It was like, oh, I just couldn't do anything. Couldn't think. And because I'm going, so I will, by the way, warning, I will interrupt you.
It's okay. I'll just very quietly, softly interject every so often. Go ahead, keep talking.
Lip, guys.
I love it.
Oh, my life. Yeah. And I think as soon as the sun came out, there was something that shifted. And like I say, I've come off of my really strong ADHD medication because I'm having a weekend with my friends in London, and it's going to be doing what I love, which is like techno and culture and chatting and just being silly. Like I need a weekend where I'm not thinking about work. And what's happened is by just letting go of needing to medicate. Nobody needs. Well, no, I do need to. I was saying my house is insane right now.
It's part of the brilliance. I'm convinced that it's a nightmare for your house. But if you were to be completely feral, unmedicated all the time, I honestly think in terms of your creativity, that's where your brilliance lives. But that's another conversation. So I didn't realize this about you, but you've been medicated for it for a long time, have you? Or is it
5 months?
5 months, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So in the time that we've reconnected, effectively, you've been medicated.
Yeah. When did we reconnect?
Summer, like June or July? Maybe August, actually.
That could possibly be when I started.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe just a little bit
calm.
before.
I remember you being very soul brother.
Tidy house,
focused, conversations with no interruptions.
Yeah. Just really grounded in a different way.
Yeah. I kind of like this version of you though.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Me too.
Great for techno.
Fuck. Because I know what's going to happen after this is we're going to have a really wonderful conversation where, you know, the polarity of how we are is
a beautiful presence.
Because these things are both important, you know, and this is the thing. When I medicate my ADHD, then things like my really like vulnerable side of myself I've been able to meet.
Wow. You can feel deeper
in a different way. And then I have the space to notice everything because I'm not trying to touch and do everything. You kind of have the space to feel other things. But yeah, let's get into it. I reckon I'm going to ask you a few questions because I can see that you're melting.
I love how real these episodes are, you know. But yeah, please do. I've got a few topics as well we can cover, but if you've got if you've got questions, we can start with you, and I'll roll off some things from the top of my foggy brain.
Oh.
Oh, hello. Why is it just me? I'm going to wait for Yo to return. Please hold. And we will be back. Oh, hello.
Absolutely outrageous. That was my mother.
Your mother. Your mother called.
My mother called me. It's like she knows. She can feel.
It was like the builders the other day. As soon as we were getting into a good topic, they were like, "All right, are you upstairs?
Are you all right, mate? Why can't? Oh God, look at that. Hello. Hello. I'm literally trying to flip your screen and I can't.
Can you not rotate it? Why don't you turn your thingy around, or is that not going to work?
Well, I want to rotate your camera. God, you can tell that I'm unmedicated.
I probably need. You know what I would love is medication for whatever this is in my brain, which I don't think there. I mean, it would be cocaine, really.
Probably.
Yes. So how do we rotate you?
No, it's rotating you, but maybe I just deal with you being.
No, you're the one that needs to be rotated.
I'm the one.
Yes.
Christ on a bicycle.
You did it before. You did it. No. Go back and then turn yourself. Yeah.
What, it has to be like that? No.
Yeah, that. I mean, I can see you properly now. But the other time that you joined, the other time that you joined, it was the other way around, and it was fine.
Do I hang up and call back again?
Yeah, try again. I'll cut all of this stuff out. That's so sad.
Oh yeah, got it.
Oh, well done. How do you do that?
For some reason, the little buttony thing disappeared. I don't know. Right, welcome back.
Thanks for your patience during that podcast interlude. So some of the topics that we're going to talk about today, I'm just going to list them quickly, and then if you wanted to, did you have pre-prepared questions? Because then we'll jump in with your questions after that. Because it's quite.
I mean, they're not but I've got some topics I want to talk about for sure.
Amazing. They might be similar to mine. So I've got burnout. Burnout isn't a failure of passion. It isn't a failure in general. I've got how to continue to have some self-led creativity even when you're tired, in those tired seasons, boundaries and protecting your work, and discipline that doesn't break you. So it's all around how can we slowly continue to do what we love and stay true to our path, but also honor the fact that we're human beings in this weird shell of a neurodivergent, sometimes creative thing going on. So yeah, what about you in terms of topics?
So my hot topics today. No, I don't know why I'm talking like that.
You should.
My topics today is actually about chaos. Did we
touch on chaos last week?
Maybe it was brewing.
Yeah, brewing. Yeah, go ahead. That click in my neck. Go on.
That was blimey. And the play. I want to talk about play and work because I have a bit of a link with burnout with play and work, depending on how, where the balance is. So the need for play.
Yes, that's a big one.
Yeah. So I think what I'll do is I'll just kind of just ask little bits and pieces, because they're all linked to your questions anyway. Mine are more like, what do you do for da 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 da, or what's your thing, you know?
So you're saying let's start with a sorry, my brain is like can't even absorb instructions right now, and this is so funny because this is the episode we're talking about burnout. But would you like to start with it if I just say a topic and then we go for it, or would you? Yes, is that okay?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, well, let's start with burnout and in general it not being a failure. Let's start there. I will ask you the question first and then I'll answer it myself. From your experience of when you've had some cognitive function issues or burnout or felt like your brain has stopped working, what has that experience been like for you and how have you navigated it?
And this is a great question, because the last time that I sent you a big voice note, I think I had separated soul and physical being.
Yeah, you couldn't even interact with your client.
It was bad. I still feel like I want to message her, actually. Last week, I was crashing so much that I started to just feel really lost in everything that I was doing. I was doubting my ability to hold space for people, hold space for, myself. I was really confused at what I was doing.
Highly relatable to this week for me. Carry on.
Yeah. Just I couldn't relate to being a human.
Yeah.
And what happened was I was talking to this client and reality just started slipping away, and she's in front of me talking about these really exciting things that I'm also usually really interested in. And I was just like,
where is she there? Is she real? Is that a chair? Is that a table?
And I felt trapped. I felt literally trapped in the moment, like it was never going to end.
Fuck. Yeah.
I was like, this is me for a year now.
Yeah, you do get that.
Yeah. Wow, and I was like, oh my God, this goodbye is never going to finish.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do, because I want to be like, thank you so much. I'm on the verge of, non-existence. I don't even know I'm real anymore, but I'm going, wow, yeah, that's great. That's table leg, lovely bird wing feather tonight.
Barely making any sense.
Yeah, and you just start saying things you can see, and then I told a weird story about a thing that and I was like, why am I saying it?
And then you're like witnessing yourself saying it.
Yeah, and it's because I laughed earlier. So I laughed earlier at a thing. So I was like, I'll tell her the funny thing that I found funny earlier. That's safe. And then I ended up saying the word cuck. And I was like, why am I talking about cucking? And then I remember saying to her, I was like, no, because I'm a nun. And then I was like, why am I saying nun? And I'm like, what? And I could see, I was like, just stop.
Word vomit.
Just stop. And then she left, and I remember I couldn't make eye contact, and I'm so worried that I looked rude.
No.
And I remember it was a full disconnect from being from actualizing myself as a physical thing, and then I just had to tidy in silence. And I think I even did I text you? I'm not sure if I text you as an accountability person, but I said I'm leaving because I couldn't leave. I suddenly was stuck in this.
You get stuck in loops. Now, every brain, it doesn't matter if you're neurodivergent or not, every brain will react differently to when a burnout is happening. For some, like yourself, you will start to word vomit and talk even more and get stuck in this prison of your own mind and not be able to leave places and like that. Your brain it's like a shutdown, like a map shutting down. And then other like burnout for me, I'm not able to. I pride myself in the fact that I'm able to communicate quite clearly, and I like to be quite cohesive and download all of these wonderful juicy things. And I know I'm burnout when I don't have access to that function anymore. And instead of creative, expansive questionings about the universe is just like Rivita. It's just bread, you know, that comes out of my mouth. So that's the first thing that I notice going is my cognitive ability to be coherent. Yeah.
And it's just it's nothing to do with the other person.
Yeah.
This is what I like, hand on heart.
Yeah.
Like I feel so with this that it's like I don't want anyone to ever think that what they're saying is like dull, too much, or like a nuisance. It'll just hit me if I haven't eaten the right amount. I've been working too much. I haven't had enough water and sleep. That this is why taking these holidays for play, which we'll chat about in a bit, is so important, because if you're not in your physical body, that's when the line is so blurred that you become like an idea of yourself. You're not even you. That's the
and you being concerned, which is absolutely okay, for other people's like well-being in that situation, almost being concerned, like I hope that they think that I'm not weird, or I hope I'm not giving them a bad experience. It's like also knowing that it is okay to honor the fact that you're burnt out in those moments, or you're zoning out, and just be clear with your client or friend or whoever it is, because they're a human being as well, and 9 times out of 10, if not every time, they're going to be really supportive of that. And I wonder if that's, I don't know for you, and this doesn't need to be like a therapy thing, I'm like, I wonder if it's because of this, but like this feeling of like not wanting to let them down or disappoint them, or I know it's a client, so it is a paid thing, so I get it, but like I just want to voice, like in those times, especially when you're burnt out, like all of you is welcome, even the parts. You don't have to be at 100% performance to provide a good session for someone. That's what I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, and it segues so perfectly, doesn't it? Where we were having a chat today about how I have a few clients also that will be like non-verbal sometimes. And I know that that's nothing to do with me. So actually it's the perfect, we bring mirrors into our lives to recognize these things and to meet ourselves, I think. Because how have you felt, say, for example, because this is perfect to chat about because you're literally in it at the moment. You've had a break from a job, which means actually you've been able to like fully unmask, which has brought burnout, which is like so, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So you now have the space. How have you been navigating it?
So every day I've just been navigating it every day by having as much rest as I can. I've been in nature today. Any tasks like meetings that I can reschedule, I have done, and I get a window normally of 2 to 3 hours where I'm okay cognitively, and then it's just like a reduced function that I'm basting. But it's so funny, and other neurodivergent people might find this as well. When you're going at it, almost there's a tiny bit of adrenaline and not survival mode, but this feeling of like, I have to get up and do this job. And when that stops, for the first couple of days, you don't really notice any difference. I was physically unwell, but I didn't notice anything cognitively. And then a few more days go past where you're not having to do that thing, and your nervous system is like, oh, okay, we get to stop being tense now. And like, just like you said, that's when everything, like even I can feel like I've got a stiff neck, my shoulders are stiff. It's a build up of 5 weeks of intense stress, I think.
It's a build up of intense like when you're doing something that you'd rather just go no, that if you can't go no and you're going okay, and then you're like it's like resentment. I don't think we even realize it.
I know it could be to do with the alignment right now. I don't know, but I know this happened at the end of my 10-week stretch this time last year, and then I thought it was a good idea to go to Romania with my then partner at the end of those 10 weeks. So this is like what I am like now, but times 2. And
when was this?
This was this time last year, so February into March, and they had a child, and it was a very loud family, and the beautiful family, but I had nothing. I was it got to the point where it pushed past this stage and was to the point where I was just crying every day because my adult had left the building and all that was left was like kid unmasked. Yeah, it was
That's wild.
thin skin. So if you feel these symptoms come on, which we all do, and unfortunately we live in a capitalist society where a lot of us don't even have the pleasure of having a summer off like I did for the first time ever. I was so grateful I got to have that time to feel and be with my inner child and grieve and all of that stuff. But like if you feel those symptoms, don't feel fucking guilty for speaking to your employer or whoever you work with and saying, same as you've done this plenty of times, Joe, when you've needed to, well, at least in recent this year, just say I can't come in.
Yeah.
And
I've suddenly been really like aware. It doesn't say it's recording anywhere on here. Is it recording just in case?
Yes, it's been recording this whole time.
Thank goodness. Because it doesn't on my screen. I was just suddenly like, I was like, yeah. And then I was like, oh.
Yeah, so many good things. Yeah, no, it's been recording this whole time.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so true. And
has to be honoured. One extra thing to that. As ambitious, for me, I feel when I'm in a good space, when I've got energy, I'm ambitious, I can be disciplined, I've got focus, I can take on the world. I that passion, the intensity. And then when burnout happens or I'm not able to do it, it's so frustrating. So we can honor that yes, it's going to be really frustrating sometimes when you've got this plan and you've got so many things that you want to actualize in a month and you've got your plan, and sometimes you just have to look at those 2 weeks of plans and put a hose to it. Yeah. Have you done that? You've done that recently. You've done that a few times recently.
So
you're
especially
towards the end of a cycle too.
Yeah, I mean, especially like this particular weekend. So last Friday, my soul left my body. Saturday and Sunday, I couldn't leave my bed.
Yes.
Couldn't leave my bed, couldn't leave the house at all.
Yeah, I remember you telling me. Fucking hell. I think I'm on a slightly delayed timeline to you. Yeah.
Yeah, couldn't do it. I didn't see did I see my family though? Did I have the like small T trauma? I did, didn't I?
I don't know.
On the Sunday.
I think that might have been this. Yeah. That might have tipped you over the edge.
Yeah. So welcome to
part two.
to an interlude. No, but I couldn't leave my flat or my bed. And then I got a phone call from my mum to go and visit my auntie. Was that? Yeah, it was Valentine's, wasn't it? It was Valentine's.
That was last weekend, but yeah.
Oh, okay. So
but it's all. Yeah, I mean, you may not have said you were burning out, sweetheart, but there was burnout. I could
from the last 2 weeks.
I could see in the last 2 weeks you were going down that road.
Yeah. So anyway, so this weekend I didn't leave. I just didn't leave my flat at all, and it's taken me. What is it now? What day is it now? It's like
Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it's taken me till Tuesday, Wednesday to do things that I really wanted to do. Oh, I know what I did. Okay, this is the fluff of my brain. So I'm mixing weekends together. Couldn't leave my house. Saw that there was an event on.
Oh yeah.
Which was a dance event that started at 4 p.m. I'd spent the whole of Saturday, I think I was like crying. I cried in the morning. There was so much grief.
Yeah.
And the small T trauma trigger that was last weekend.
Right, came back up.
And all it was, I'll say it for everyone watching, was I was with family, 2 older women in my family, kicking off about how annoying some of the other family members need help. And I got triggered because I heard the shouting, because I was already knackered. I heard it as, you need to save them. You need to save them. You need to save them. And I was sitting on this chair while they're both white wine drunk. I don't drink. And they're going, if only you just need to do this. You just need to do this. And I was just sitting there going, I'm doing enough for my own life. And I'm not doing that very well at the moment. You know, I'm
you took it personally.
Classic, always. Everything is personal to me. Like not necessarily. I was about to say your pain is my no, it's not anymore. I'm not actually not that bad.
Yeah.
I heard that and I felt responsible. It really triggered, I think, something. And this is it. I'm going to say, soz guys, this is a perfect clip to be posted during the week. I put my fingers in my ears and I went, la, la, la. I can't. I didn't say la, la, but I went, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't. And I just had to put my fingers in my ears and they stopped shouting. And then I just started crying. And I went, this is a lot. You know, I've had a really big week and I get it. Like, but we've gone out, you've had wine. And I can't save everyone. And the reason I'm crying now is because for some reason, I feel like I need to save everyone. And my auntie went, oh, darling, you don't need to fucking save anyone. Like, she's great. And it was just so great to have someone be like, oh, you're fine. And then I just looked at my mum, who normally would have been like triggered by it and maybe said to me, chill out.
Yeah.
But because there was someone else in the room, she just like breathed it. She kind of just agreed and went, you don't need to help or save us. And I went, can I have that in writing? Fuck. And then the real burnout hit. I think probably because I was given permission to like, I don't need to save anyone anymore. So that was a really small T.
Yeah.
But it brought up a big T. And then now I feel like that's dissipated. And then I went and I cried. And this is segue to the event. I saw there was an event. I had a bit of a panic. I had a hot bath. I knew I'd cried, so I needed to move the energy and make it positive. I dressed up really comfy. I told the bouncers that I have sciatica and like, where's the right bathroom to go to? And I said, I don't know anyone here, so if I need to just come say hi, can I come say hi? They were legends. And this was through Block in Kemp Town, and it was an event in the Engineerium in Hove. Like, big up Ben Gill and his whole family. What legends. I had the best time. It was old school raving, no phones, loads of flashing lights, because I'm sensory seeking a lot of the time in the right setting.
Yeah.
And I danced. I literally danced and moved my body gently, and then from that I've now been able to start running again.
Wow.
The burnout has shifted from it being this internal pressure. I've silly goosed it all out.
Yes.
And I'm not suppressing. And I think that's now why I'm a bit, let's say, manic.
Yeah.
It's because I'm back in my body.
Yes.
I reassured myself of my power. I got told that I don't need to look after anyone, which has been a worry for a long time.
Perfect.
And I don't know where this segue is going, but honouring the burnout, I wouldn't have got to this point if I didn't fully honour myself. Because we resort to being a child again, don't we? But that's okay.
Completely. And the way that you've moved through it again is different for everyone. Like, every single person will have a different way of coming through, and some people will need to put an eye mask on, earplugs, no sensory information for weeks. And for some people, and you can locate this within your own body and know what works for you. But when you can feel those symptoms come on, connection back to body, like you've just said, is the most important thing.
Yeah, shaking that ass for me. Yeah, I had to shake it. I had to like stop the torus of energy, because it was just going in and it was just going, it was too much. I had to just
to alchemize it, to like move it through your body,
because there's so much grief, I think, grief or any feeling, so that it gets stuck in our bodies. And talk to us a little bit about how, because I know you've been navigating this burnout, but something I've kept noticing, because we've been talking a lot less, but I've also been noticing in when we do, is you're still going to the gym, which is great. And I was like, are you sure? But actually that's your movement.
That's my movement. It's not a rave. Like it's obviously, the lighting is pretty intense in there, but it's a way and it's also very autistic of me because it's the same thing every single day. I'll go and get the same coffee from the same place. I'll have my Huel, I'll do my gym, and that is a way for me to come into my body, and it does give me energy throughout the day. It also boosts low mood that can come with burnout in the mornings. It boosts my dopamine and my serotonin. So yeah, I've been happy to keep that as a routine.
Do you listen to music?
No.
Wow.
I haven't listened to music at the gym for like a year.
Wow.
I'm just with myself.
Do you take your phone with you?
I do. So sometimes, like the first couple of weeks when we were shooting the podcast, I was on the exercise bike and doing some editing at the gym, but that's fine, doing those little bits. But for the most part, yeah, I have my phone on me, but I'm not on it that much. And yeah, I do a little bit of scrolling in between sets, which I probably need to stop doing as much of.
But that's probably really relatable because I went to a gym, I think it was last week with a friend of mine. I realised that I can't do gyms. I have to have like, unless I'm on a running machine. But we went into like, there's a section for glutes.
Yeah.
Christ, I walked like a crab for like a week after that.
I think with burnout as well, like if I feel like my body is moving, at least if I know my mind isn't working, at least my body is. And, I can do this without my brain having to work. And my body feels fit, but my brain feels fucked. So that's the general thing. But yeah, I think one of the reasons why I really wanted to talk about it as well is just for other people that experience it. There's no shame in it. It's so human. You can be the most ambitious, go-getting person in the world, creative genius, as so many of us are, this creative spirit that a lot of us have. But you have to honor your body's rhythm.
Yeah. You can forget your name. You can forget your own name.
How many people you think about everyone that we've met, most people that are on our wavelength who are mostly neurodivergent creative people, let's be honest, how many of them have had a similar experience to us, and how this culture is urgency culture, is get things done now, if you're an artist, release things now. And it's like, how many people are battling against this system that isn't built for them? It's crazy.
And the craziest thing as well is actually, now that me and you this month have had a burnout that's been held, we will have less burnout, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. That's because it's sustainability. Yeah, absolutely.
It's learning a tool, isn't it? It's learning the tools, which actually is loving yourself through it, being that version of you that can go, yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Like, that's so okay that you feel like that. Would you like to not do anything today? Would you like a cup of tea? Would you like to leave your kitchen a bit messy today? Yes, I would actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Allow yourself the... Oh, I've just remembered my clothes are still in the washing machine. Thank you for that reminder.
I'll remind you at the end because you'll forget.
Yeah, I absolutely will. I need to set a reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like small things like that, you can just give yourself the grace to not do. And I've had it before when I can feel, if I were to continue on this level for a week or 2 more weeks, what happens? The next stage of my burnout is that I am not able to make any more facial expressions. So my facial expressions go, I start speaking monotone, and I wonder that if that's actually my deepest truth underneath all of that.
What you're like
actually who I really am.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Is like, is that.
But this is like the people that are like, actually, what do you call it?
I've got too much personality for that. Come on.
But the people that are reserving their energy, they're not having to be like,
that's why they're not burning out, because they're the most
literally
boring
like,
people on earth.
I don't even think they're boring. Sometimes it's just
they're
like, I don't know you.
Yeah,
they're like, I don't know you.
Yeah.
Sandwich, please. Like people, sandwich, please. Chocolate, great. Yeah, see you later. They don't need to be like, I have friends that are like this. I've been on the phone to like one of my closest, and they'll be talking to me and it's like la 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 KKK
Yeah.
and then they're like, oh, 1 minute, and they're like, coffee, yeah, 2 sugars, nice hat, thank you, yeah, it's a jacket I bought last week, great, yeah, oh lovely, where are you from? Great, yeah, me too, anyway, see you later. And then it goes back to me and they're like, anyway, so... and I'm like, that is the funniest thing. And I always go, I'm like, babe, that was so funny. And they're like, oh, you know, they seem nice. Like, just thought I'd chat to them. I was like, but they're reserving their energy for their...
That's good. That's but I even noticed that at work I've started to do that more, and I'm like, I haven't hospitalized myself this year, which is success in terms of burnout. And I think one of the reasons that I've done that is because sometimes in lesson I'll be like, yeah, compressors are this and this is what we're doing, not to the point where it's bland, but to the point where I'm just giving them the information that they need, and I'm giving 100%, but I'm not giving 150, which is yeah.
I've had a realization.
Tell me.
When people book a haircut, maybe they just want a fucking haircut.
Yeah, babe.
Do you know what I mean?
And do you know why we overgive and do this? Because we're traumatized.
Yeah.
And it's not just that, but I think there's that, yeah.
Less chat, more hat.
Yeah. Just do
more hat, less chat.
They just want the end result. Yeah, like the photo shoot that I'm doing on Saturday, I expect the photographer to do his job well. But if he is, I don't care what his personality is like.
Yeah, you can always tell. So someone's taking a photo of you, right? So I'm here and I'm taking a photo.
Yeah.
How creepy I look. Hello.
Hello.
If the person on the other side of this is an absolute melt, there is no way you on the other side
will feel the vibe.
They're gonna be great. They're gonna be great.
No, they're amazing. They are. It was a what's it called, hypothetical question or whatever.
But basically what you're saying is they don't need to they don't need to
be like, hey, woo. Like, not that we do that either, but like the first couple of years of me teaching, I was like a fucking walking talk. You might as well put fucking castanets on my ankles. I was just fucking percussion either side of me, fucking kick drum. Like, I was woo, like, and I'm not woo all the time. Like,
that's so funny.
Yeah,
I'm trying to imagine you being like, Bessie's beat school.
And everyone was like, I love Bessie's my favorite teacher, and that people still I still am that, but in small spurts, and then I need a rest, you know. I was in comedian, I'm on stage mode 8 hours a day.
It's too much. Hospital
vibes. And same for you. You did that, like, anytime I'd come in and see you were like, yo,
it was like it was like I was running. This is where my issue is as well. It's like I manage. So the last job I was in, I was cutting hair and essentially managing. And I'm going to do this because I don't think anyone from my last job will be watching this, because I think I think they find me irritating, which is so okay. So do I sometimes, guys. Okay, it was a pleasure. But I felt like I was trying to manage everything as well as do my job. And I think maybe that's part of it, is like we're trying to manage everyone's mood. We're trying to manage the temperature of the room. I'm trying to manage the lighting. I'm trying to manage how this is going. I'm trying to manage timing. I'm trying to manage my emotions. I'm trying to and you end up over managing everything, which means you're not accepting everything. And again, back to probably where the trauma is, there was potentially a caregiver, and sometimes this can be like people you're inspired by. I don't even think it needs to be mum or dad. It can be teachers, it can be people that try and manage you so much when you're a kid that you feel unmanageable. So then you have this thing where you're like,
you're managing everyone else.
You're managing everything else because you just need to almost not exist. Whereas now, what I think we're both realizing is, and actually this is for everyone, something that I've realized, I'm perfect.
Yeah.
You're perfect.
Yeah.
The timing is perfect. other people are perfect. Their reactions are perfect.
Yes.
It's all just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Something's just come to me actually, which was interesting when I said everyone is perfect.
Yeah.
There's a girl out there that I know doesn't like me, and did you hear my stomach then? That was really bizarre. It was like, it's like, don't say anything. No. It's actually not a mean thing at all.
Yeah.
Really gorgeous girl, lovely. We really get on.
Yeah.
And I'll say why I perceive that she might not like me at the moment. I was walking home after a day at work. This is like when I had my own shop in a church. And I didn't realize that this was just before I got diagnosed with ADHD, and I was running a business and living in a squat with 30 people.
Yeah.
I wasn't going out and doing social things, and I was walking home with all the towels to wash, and I just bought some food to have dinner. I hadn't eaten all day. And I was walking, and when you're almost a bit like, I just need to get home. And I was like a bit vibrating. I was like, oh, I've gone too far. That's too much. I just need to shut the door, be alone, and I didn't know what was waiting at home for me if there was 30 people.
Fuck.
And I see this girl, and she's like, yo, and I was like, babe, I can't talk right now. And she went, oh, and I went, no, like I just need to go home. I can't talk right now. And I saw her be like, I saw it happen. She was like, you haven't chosen me in this moment. And I had to just go home, and I was like, flip. I was like, do you know what? I don't know what to say or do in this moment. I'm not texting because that's weird. We don't know each other that well. I've said that I needed to go home. I clearly looked insane. I had like a big backpack on. I think I was clutching loo roll as like a soft thing, as a skin toy.
So let's just put it in perspective. If one of my friends or someone I didn't know that well, or you or I saw someone on the road and went, hey, and they walked past looking not okay and said, sorry, I can't. The first thing I would feel is empathy, concern. And I would actually be like, do you need anything? So I'm so surprised that her reaction, you felt that it was a scowl. Are you sure it wasn't her being concerned?
No, because then I saw her at a festival and she kind of gave me a bad look and ignored me.
No.
Yeah, so
right.
So at some point this conversation will come up, but that wasn't a moment where I did also realize that. And I had to let it go. I'm not annoyed at her. I think she's gorge. But I know at some point I will say to her when the time is right, by the way, that time that I saw you, I was really burnt out, just to let you know. And I really wasn't not choosing you in that moment. I could barely choose myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this was 4 years ago.
Yeah. But you also don't need to offer an explanation to anyone for not choosing them.
Yeah, but when you see someone face, be like,
yeah,
like I was like, shit, and this is a responsibility that I want to hold. And I wonder if you feel the same, because you have students and you're going to be having students and you're going to be working one-to-one with people. Same with myself. Like I want to be a mirror of love. I want to be a mirror of love, and that's communication.
Yeah, completely.
Do you have any stories that you can think of the top of your head, sitting as well?
Stories about what? About letting people down?
No, not necessarily letting people down, because again, I don't think I let her down.
Yeah.
But just any stories of burnout in the past that you're like, I see. You're like, I can see it now.
Babe. Okay, let's do the top 3. I mean, main one that I will never forget is I was producing for an artist, Lissa Blue, who's incredible, and I still they're great. I was at South Lane Studios before it had closed. We were 2-3 days into this EP that we were working on, and I was mixing it. It was the final stages, high intensity. Deadline was the next day or something like that. It was a high intensity situation. I was already 2 or 3 months past it in terms of capability. I looked
3 months, what, 3 months deep
3 months,
into a
3
burnout?
months deep into this, but like worse. Yeah. It was like hallucinations, like
Flip.
I hadn't been hospitalized yet though. And
So
then
you're fine.
so that's to come. No, and I was mixing a track with them, and suddenly I couldn't see the screen. All of a sudden, I was blind. Yeah. And I couldn't feel my fingers. I couldn't feel my hands. So I was like, right, I can't see and I actually can't feel any of my body. This is really fucking serious. So I stepped out. I don't even know what I ended up doing. I think I ended up saying, can we call it early? And then I think I went straight to A&E. And I was there for like 8 hours waiting with the like highest heart rate I've had, all of these symptoms. And I think my girlfriend at the time came to help me with it. And then I looked at this Italian doctor with all of my symptoms. As I finally got there, I was like, thank God, like, please tell me what's going on. And he just went, you're just stressed. Literally, I was like, I was
Wow.
I was saying to my girlfriend, like, this might be the last weekend I see you. Like, it was like I thought
I thought
was
you were
dying.
dying.
I thought I was dying. Like, I'd never felt anything like it before. And I was telling her
Wow.
how much I loved her, and Lee was like, "Don't be stupid." And I was like, "No, I've really got this feeling that this is it." And then
Wow.
Giovanni to come in. I don't know if I can say that. I'll cut that out.
Yeah, cut that out.
For the Italian doctor to then, I don't even know why I'm saying Italian doctor.
No, but you're setting the scene.
I'm setting the scene.
You're because of the nonchalant. Also, like, we're going to talk about culture here. This isn't being you're not being cancelled over saying this. The fact that you're saying an Italian, yeah, because he's going to be like, he's like, that's nothing.
That's
because
nothing,
in Italy, they're probably like high. Like, anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, he looked at me. He literally laughed because he's probably seen 1,000 of me come in through A&E.
Yeah.
It was just like, and from that moment on, I then got a heart monitor fitted a couple of weeks after that to check things. And from that moment on, I cut caffeine out completely. I don't vape anymore.
That's why you don't drink coffee anymore.
From that moment onwards, I was like, I need to make a huge lifestyle change. And it's one of the through lines for the self-led artist and what I do is because of this experience I've had. Trust me, I've been to the edge, people. And I don't want any creative people to do the same as what I did to themselves.
Because you've never told me. Sorry, I'm like interrupting you. You've never told me any of this. Wow.
Yeah, so that happened. So that was the most extreme it got. But I've also had very similar things when teaching in first year, where 30 students a class, where I would have forgotten earplugs. So halfway through the lesson, I'd have to hide in the toilet for like 10-15 minutes to de-stim. That was quite common. I'd do that a lot. And I look back on those over-functioning castanets on my ankle years, and they did get me to the point where I'm head of department. There was something about that energy which pushed me to, I mean, I do wonder, like, if I'd have actually not been over-functioning this whole time, if I would have still got there anyway. But
what's the difference between functioning and over-functioning, though?
Give the amount of transformation in the lives of the students compared to now. I don't know some of the full names of the people that I teach anymore because but that's okay. Like, it's a class of 30. Like, that's normal to not know them all deeply.
Yeah, full. Yeah.
The difference is, for my first year, I knew everything about each student. I knew their whole lives. We were connected, not just as teacher and student, we were friends. And we know where that goes in terms of over-functioning. They ended up, like, students were crying when I'd moved onto a different class. And I remember just that feeling so good. And I had to unpick a lot of what was actually going on, and I don't do that anymore.
You end up having a litter of kittens, and it's actually too much.
200 students plus. And I still, even now, and this is what's so beautiful, I looked at the midterm review feedback from my year group that I look after. And there's been so many positive things. Like, Bessie's my favorite. I love how Bessie explains this. I'm like, okay, like I'm just existing as myself now, and I'm not pushing, and I'm still appreciated. So that's just something to mention for people listening. Like, you don't have to live life on hard mode thinking that you're not enough as you are. You're enough in your role when you really realize how little other people are giving in their jobs.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm saying do a fucking good job, but don't give over your pay grade.
No, because the difference between, I think, overgiving and giving the right amount is now that you're giving the right amount, your self-care is through the roof. So you've been able to give yourself, the
extra 30%, which is then actually meaning I'm more present in lessons.
Yeah. So you're looking good, feeling good, being able to, like, and it's similar with me with leaving corporate.
Yeah.
I don't know where this is going, but I know that I'm finding myself again by going running and dancing and laughing and being silly. And
you look great, by the way.
Thank you. I feel beaming.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if like
both approaching ovulation.
Are we? Oh yeah, because we've synced.
Yeah.
Of course we've synced. It's when we went through stones into the sea, and do you remember that day? We were like, yes, and that was like a great meeting point, in the sense where going to amazing creative spaces that are around your city. So actually a good segue with Burnout.
Yeah.
What has saved me is, like you were saying about the coffee, going and sitting in your safe, like find a cafe that's your safe space. Yeah. That's like high sensory or low sensory enough. You can pop your headphones in or not, and you just go and just get a coffee, sit there and look out the window. Like, there is something amazing about that. And like you were saying, having that, it's having a dot to dot,
Yeah.
Just have a circle dot to dot. You buy bread that you like, you make that sandwich later, you have a coffee at this. I've got a park I go to.
Do you feel, for me, I'm actually, the way you're describing that routine, I don't know whether this is because I've got a lot of sixth house energy in my astrology, lol. I find something spiritual about a routine like that. Like, for me, knowing that, right, I wake up, I go and get my coffee, I go to the gym, I might even get a Huel on the way back, might get a little cakey, little treat, and then come back. That is God to me.
Yeah.
Just, you can't beat it. You know it's coming, and you do the thing, and it's like,
it makes me take the trash out.
Yeah.
That's how good it is. When I look at that bin and I'm like, fuck's sake. And then I'm like, oh, but there is that really nice coffee that I love, or there's, and you could just go and you're like, you're going to get that little, and this is why dopamine is great, guys.
Yeah.
Like, this whole thing of like, and hilarious, I'm going to get myself riled up talking about it because I'm unmedicated.
Off dopamine,
yeah. But this is the whole thing. You can have too much of it, or you can flood yourself. Where, like, so scrolling, for example, is burning out dopamine. So what's happening is you're looking for dopamine, but it's like you want a hug, but that's happening. It's like you can't connect to receive the dopamine. It's like
that's
you're like, where's the hug though? Swipe.
Yeah, that, God, I noticed that so much. When my nervous system is burnt out, I immediately just go to Doomscroll, because that will at least keep my head above water.
It alleviates the need. That's all it's doing. So you think you're receiving it, but it's alleviating the need by numbing you out. But where you do get the dopamine from, and this is what I'm finding with running again, as soon as I put my phone in one of those banana bags from H&M, and I twist it round so it's like, I'm using it as a bum bag, and it's actually resting on my nearly got a bum. And Segue back to first episode when I think
Hashtag
like
nearly bum.
yeah, hashtag nearly bum.
Just as a side note, someone did hashtag meditation. I said put meditation in the comments, and they noticed the meditation thing, which was so cool.
Meditation.
I love that. I'm so
I'm
glad.
still doing it as well.
Yeah, meditation.
Still doing it. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. For everyone that hasn't seen, or if you've jumped in on this one, meditation is waking up after your alarm, but having 10 minutes where you just stare at the ceiling, and that is counting as a meditation.
Perfect.
You just witness your thoughts. And then you get up and you run into the wall. No.
Then you attack your routine.
Oh, God, yes. Stuff that. Stuff that. Also, I've just realised I'm playing with something. It's a blood orange. I think they're in season at the moment.
Wow. That's
How
so
cool is that?
you.
Back to what I was saying about the dopamine. When you're going to the gym, or like when I went and I ran, as soon as I twist that bag round, it's on my bum. And I run, and then something happens. It's not this like tap 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 tap. Something just goes,
yeah,
and you're engaged.
Yes.
And then I was like, oh, this is quite difficult. And then I was like, oh, there's the dopamine. Oh, there it is. And I look weird when I run. If you see me along Brighton seafront, I look weird. Just to let you all know, sometimes I wear glasses. I'm doing this. I'm smiling.
So happy.
I'm singing, like not out loud.
Yeah.
But like, because I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it to fight the day. I'm doing it because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
There'll be a banging, like today I was listening to my guilty pleasure, which is Bring Me the Horizon. Flip. Like that for like fight dance music. But then I'm like and then with yourself, with when you're working out, like how does that feel? And I want you as well to witness it when you next go to the gym. Witness how it feels when you scroll or when you're because like what's the difference? Can you explain it?
It is huge. There is a dissociation that happens when you're scrolling, and actually sometimes with your scrolling you could be like, oh, this is kind of engaging me, but then you might see something that actually makes you feel shit. So it's like a roulette on a doom scroll of what you're going to see. You might end up seeing someone's post that you don't want to see. I've had that before. I'm like, great, now I'm just triggered.
What day did that happen?
Yeah. Constant. And then when you're at the gym, when I'm doing weights, for example, and I've got my pump on, it's a sense of calm, a sense of in between sets, and you there's something called the gym stare, and I'm sure you've seen it. When people are in between reps, they look like this. Have you ever seen that? Nothing going on in their brain because they are completely in their body and they're completely present. So for me, it's like a sense of calm and presence.
And do you feel like when you get there, for example, so you're in your routine off to do the thing, but can you notice when it's like, oh, it's a bit difficult, oh, okay, now it's difficult with dopamine? It's like
running does that for me, especially.
It's like this, isn't it? It's suddenly fucking love running.
So there's the I don't really get that surge as much when I'm, if anything, I just feel it feels good with like muscles, but not the same thing. But running especially, and a lot of runners have this, it's the runner's high. Push past that first 5 minutes and something changes and you feel like you've done a bit of Mandy.
Do you know what it feels like for me? I'm going to go a bit filth. This is why I love techno, and this is why I can dance for hours and be, I think I did 22 hours once in London on my own.
Fucking amazing. Wow.
Just with a bit of water and bananas and small talk in between songs. But songs, what am I talking about?
22 hours.
Yeah. But with running, so with running, there is a point where when you're running, you don't even need to breathe, as in every step becomes this and you're just this thing, and then it almost feels a little bit like, correct me if I'm wrong, sex.
Yes, it does.
Not orgasmically, not
No.
like the full flushes of, but
Yeah.
something happens where it's a little bit like you are fucking life. Like life is fucking happening to you. Like,
Yes.
and not in, again, not in a but I wonder where, like, with play, and this is where this is coming to me a lot with why I've booked this weekend to go and just be an absolute noodle. I just want to go and be
Play, be
weird,
creative,
silly,
chaotic.
dance.
Yeah.
You know, this is why I'm running again. And it's not about sex being sex in the sense of like pleasure in that sense.
Yeah.
But I think sexually charged energy is life force at the
Yes.
end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why, and I know you're like this as well, you can't use people for that. I can't either.
Nope.
Because actually it's so powerful having a connection with someone. But when you lose it with yourself, and when people get into burnout or depression or anxiety, it's really hard to have crushes, or it's really hard to know what you're attracted to, or be attracting, or be attractive to yourself, I think. And this is why, if we're just working and burning out and earning money, when are you out like fucking life? And again, it's not about other people. It's like, when are you, like, you need to get in there, like get fucking motorboat life, you know?
Hashtag motorboat life.
Hashtag motorboat life.
And so I've
Pop that in
always,
the-
so as the more autistic leaning of the duo in some ways, in terms of I don't have the H part as much of the ADHD. For me, if I'm not working, an ideal vibe for me would be to motorboat life inside in my room on my guitar. So like still be living and exploring, but I find that I do, different creatives do it differently, but I do a lot of my traveling and exploring in my bed alone with my lyrics and my poetry or whatever it is. Like I go inner world rather than outer world a lot, but the exploration and the excitement feel like if I'm sitting on my bed writing a new song, that's my techno rave.
Yeah.
And it's just so interesting how we all have our own,
and that
ways
is
out of burnout. That's my way out of burnout.
And this is sensory. So you're sensory.
Whatever the
No. But it's not avoiding. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm sensory seeking.
Yeah.
So I really like lights, noise, bass. But I also I don't like to be with big crowds necessarily. Right. But there's a word for it. There's sensory seeking and sensory.
I know what you mean. There's a specific term.
Yeah.
It's not aversion, it's something else. It's like the opposite.
Yeah.
It's well known and documented in neurodivergence. You either go down one pathway or the other.
Yeah. And it can fluctuate. But also segueing back to me being so like absolutely outrageous and being like, you've got to grab it. But also it in the sense of like, if for you, like grabbing life by the everything or whatever, that can also be going and having like, I don't know, your favorite snack, and looking at loads of bookshops. Like it can actually be that it doesn't
it's putting what you're trying to say, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's changing your neural pathways to just being about work, and just go out and have some new experiences. Whatever that looks like for you.
And be slightly sillier and like dance in your bedroom, because I think for me, getting out of burnout wasn't me going to the rave. Getting out of burnout for me was dancing in my room and listening to the music I love. That's what it was. And I remembered through doing that, I was like, wait, I used to love doing this. Or, you know, I used to love singing, or I used to love doing these things. And then you slowly just pick up doing the things that you love. don't hardcore rave it, or don't, you know.
You absolutely, but for you that's your truth, and for many people that's their truth. So it's just understanding that we all, until we really know ourselves and all of our rhythms, which sometimes can take until our 30s plus to really know, we might try and do the whole purple circle thing when we're a yellow triangle or whatever. And when I was in my 20s, I used to techno rave it and think that that was my drug when it wasn't. So yeah, it's just knowing that you're going to have a different thing that's going to work for you to get those new experiences.
I want to hear a bit about you talking about your inner world, because I'm also really aware that me having this weekend where I go and dance, but I also will have I will go and look at culture with museums and stuff, and parks as well. So I need nature and I need bass. But talk to me a little bit as well, because creating this year is something I'm going to do more of and not work. Can you talk to me about your inner world?
Yeah.
And talk to me about how you almost channel your inner world with your art, and how other people could maybe do that.
Oh, I like this one. I like that question. Channeling your inner world through your creativity. A lot of it has to do with sitting with yourself in a cozy space and connecting to your emotions. For me, my inner world can come through. My medium is songwriting, so I'll play a particular chord, which will then resonate a particular emotion in me, and then I will find melodies that fit with that chord, and then the lyrics will just start to come through. So it all kind of becomes this quite intuitive process. You can also just do that even if you're not a musician or a songwriter. You can try. I would love for you, Yo, to do more poetry writing, because you're such an incredible poet. All of the words that I've heard from you, your poetry and philosophy is really great and powerful. Yeah, just try having a day where you have your chamomile tea or whatever tea you've got, some blankets and a journal and a book, and just sit for about 5-10 minutes before you do anything, just with yourselves, and like ask what wants to come through. And what if you're not someone that does this a lot in terms of connecting to the inner world, try to start with just free writing whatever comes to mind first. Just any words, could be any words that come from your brain. Your subconscious will start. You could be like, apple live in the tree, whatever. And then you start to find that this flow comes through, and it almost becomes tantric. And you start to flow. This is for me, I've found your life force starts to come out through words. And that can be really powerful. And I look back to some of the channeled messages that have come through with my work, and that's the quickest way for me to access spirit. So the inner world is very connected to all of that. Oh my God, guys, if you haven't gone to the Inner World Club, which is just your bed, I really think you should do it, because it's like, it's the most expansive, exciting thing ever. It's a techno rave in there, like the things you discover. I'm very passionate about. I'm a big advocate for the inner world.
This is great. So it's interesting you say as well with it's your techno. When I dance with the earplugs, I have earplugs and sunglasses on. What I feel like happens, because I'm moving, is I go into my inner world where it's all messy, and I put everything back on the shelves.
Yes.
But interestingly, it's still not to the depth that you're in, because that's where you are, is you're then going back in there, and then you're channeling it out. You know, so this is just, I'm like literally going, wow, like this is incredible, because
it's a mirror to yourself. Your subconscious comes through the pen, and the same way that when you're raving, you put things on a shelf. When you do it through writing, all of the words start to make sense, and then you're like, oh God, like I didn't like. And that's how the reason that I know I'm queer is because of that method, because I wrote songs for a year using this method until my subconscious was so cleared and the truth finally came through that I'd pushed down for so long, that I was writing songs about women the whole time.
Wow.
So I'm not saying it like everyone start writing, you'll figure out you're trans, because that's not the case for everyone. But I'm so passionate about one of the posts that's done the best on my Instagram is where I'm talking about to truly find yourself as an artist, sit with silence, connect to silence, and you will be, it might be a little bit overwhelming to start with, especially if there's some monsters in there that you need to maybe spend some time with, but there's so many beautiful, there's just so much beauty there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love it. I feel very inspired. I feel like with my weekend away, I'm going to make sure that there's a pen and a journal, because through knowing what I'm like, instead of just going to this big weekend where there's like a big event every night, I booked myself a Airbnb to stay and have a space where I can come back. I don't have to stay on anyone's sofa. I don't need to like make sure someone else is okay, or I'm coming home at this time. Like, I can dance till when I want to, speak to who I want, and not stay till 8 in the morning, because that is not my vibe. I'm not 22 hours in a row anymore, and I was sober that time as well, but that's dysregulated disassociation. I'm going to like process and have fun.
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
Process that's too logical. I'm actually not there to process. I'm there to just literally have fun.
Definitely.
And listen to music that I love, and see people that I love.
There's space for all of it. Like the depth that I've just described is a space that you can enter. You might not want to enter that space all the time. That might be a gentle day that you do for yourself. But having the silliness and the lightness and the fun, I forget about all of that all the time. And that's just as important. But I am really grateful that you asked me the inner world question, because as I was talking, you know how I lit up as I was talking about it and how passionate I was about that space. It reminded me for a moment of my utmost, the thing I'm most passionate about in my whole life, like my very essence, which is an artist, which is a writer, which is a songwriter. And I've always got that. And it was just like a really lovely reminder of like, that is always there. I've always got that.
Yeah. And it's your gift. I mean, it's all of our gifts, but it's a gift that you're bringing, but you're bringing to light. You're bringing to light that gift in other people, and that's almost part of your soul's purpose, is to be like, your inner world is your artist.
Yes. And help that's correct. Yeah, like helping people locate themselves and orient themselves is because of how connected I am to my inner world, or maybe not as much as I used to be, but it's inner world magic, really.
I think you are. I think you really are. If you think back to even the beginning of this conversation and us talking about burnout.
Yeah.
Burnout is essentially losing that connection.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is probably why I'm so great that's like, I'm almost like yearning. God, this is I'm having so many realizations. Wow. I've been doom scrolling, I've been resting, but I haven't really been resting. For me, replenishing is when you're going for your run or you're doing your techno. For me, I need to write. I need to fucking write. I need to write some songs on my own.
No more this.
More of that.
It's just, I wonder if this can be a perfect reminder for all of us, that when you start scrolling, just imagine that someone is gently, or do it, or literally do it. Because I started doing it before I went for a run, and I was like, whoa, what am I doing? I was like, and I can feel it's because what I want is that connection, or movement or something. And I think we're all in the scroll hole.
So much so.
And we're all here to remind ourselves that it isn't actually dopamine. It's a fry.
Yeah.
It's a fry.
Just the amount of neural pathways for me that have gone into scrolling and Instagram stories, and I'm like, I'm trying to have a conversation. I'm trying to connect, but that sense of connection can be found in beautiful, enriching ways, like nature and writing music. And wow,
within you,
that's
what we're looking for is ourselves.
Yeah. Fuck.
We're literally looking.
Oh my God.
We're looking for the inner world.
We're looking for inner world. We're like, where is it? Where am I? Where am I?
And then we're looking at things that we like, and the algorithm is creating an inner world that isn't really our inner world, and it's all a reflection of our inner world, like all
Same
the
as
outfits that we like.
ChatGPT.
Same as ChatGPT. Same as chat. Me and chat are like this again.
Yeah,
we
as well.
we haven't fallen out again. Sorry to everyone, to anyone out there that hates chat. I get it, I understand, but chat.
Nope.
Like I say though, me and chat did have an argument. That's for next time. Because we need a whole podcast on ChatGPT.
We do need a whole AI. What is AI doing? Conversation.
But
wow,
the algorithm is the inner world. That's the algorithm's the inner world, because we do not need to be seeing these people and going, oh, I'll save that because I want to be like that. Oh, I sent you one. I sent you one of a guy being like, I'm over nature. It didn't work. I'm back to the club. And I was like, ha ha ha, lol me. And I was like, no, not lol me. Like,
go find yourself.
I'm not a meme. No. I'm not memeable. You're not memeable.
It's like, crazy. It's ripping. So the algorithm is a digital attempt at recreating an inner world, and it has ripped human beings of their ability to connect to oneself deeply, because we're too busy connecting on that, and the amount of information. So we're well informed, but we have the attention span of a 1-year-old, and we don't know how to connect to our emotions.
And then the inner world isn't expansive and huge and limitless. No. The inner world is only what other people are filming. So then it limits the inner world. And another thing, I would hazard to guess, if that's even the right way to say it, that there is more burnout happening because the inner world isn't explored in freedom. The inner world is explored in a cage.
Phone. Yeah.
It's this cage thing. It's this it's a limited amount. Wow. Here's your inner world. Wild. Also,
crazy. Yeah, I'm suddenly. It's almost like I've woken up from a fever dream that I've been in the last 5 years, because I'm looking back to when I wasn't addicted to my phone, and my lifestyle was so different. I would spend 4 or 5 hours of an evening on my own without my phone even being looked at, just writing music on my own on the guitar every evening. And that would feel so enriching, and I would feel this oneness and connection to the music and to other things. And the connection wasn't here. Yeah, that's big.
They've got us, haven't they?
They've got us, bro. You can't connect to spirit here.
No.
I mean, you can go on spiritual pages, but it's still synthetic. It's still digital.
Yeah. And what I realized is how many times that I cancelled, didn't leave my house, but I really wanted to go to a room where there was bass and be around loads of heartbeats, and that is where I feel this like, and I am safe there. Something made me feel like I wasn't safe, but safety and comfort was getting a burn from swiping instead.
Because we're all in it, because we're all in this multiverse, we're all in the algorithm. It's normalized. Like for me, the first thing when I got my tattoo, the first thing that I wanted to do was share it to the algorithm, it. And then I messaged you. I woke up straight on WhatsApp. I've gone viral. People are giving me so much attention.
Oh yeah. And I was like, what's that?
Yeah. But whatever it is, and I'm like, Teddy, like Bessie, whoever you are, what are you talking about? Like, why didn't you just get the tattoo and then like sit with your beautiful body and write a song about it? And
I posted about going running today. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see that I'm like, I went for a run. So like, I'm still there. I'm
still relying on it for validation. I'm just I'm probably being too hard on myself because I'm burnt out, but
no. This is all processing. As long as you're not like, don't be mean to yourself. You're just being like, oh, I'm
witnessing this.
Yeah.
And I deleted my I deactivated my TikTok a couple of weeks ago because I recognized I was doing that. So actually, it's fine.
It's so fine. And again,
it's not that deep.
Is silly. All of this is silly. It's just reconnecting with your inner world again. Me reconnecting with my inner world. Finding our identity through actually presence in life and not finding mirrors online and being like, I like that. It's becoming that. And another thing that I would say, which I've started doing, and I won't say the things because then it's pointless. I have some things that I'm doing at the moment, which I'm not sharing about, and I probably won't share about them either ever. You'll just notice it.
Yeah.
Or I will share them when the
time is right.
In a year.
Yeah.
But I've got at least 3 things that I've said to myself, they're not going online. There's just there's no point. There's no point.
Yeah. Until it's ready.
Because also, like, again, like you were saying, I don't need someone's input, but it's also me. I'm doing this on purpose as well. Like how you were like, why did I put that? I'm like, why am I putting it online? What do I want to get from that? So it's all of this is data. You have to like figure yourself out as you go along, but be kind about it.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm also coming off the back of having a lot less human interaction than I would have done after being in back-to-back intense relationships for 5 years. So after my last intense experience, I have substituted a lot of that through my phone and the connection. But even before I was in relationship, I would write music, release it, and I was bound to the relational. But then we're humans and we need feedback. We need validation, and
just gotta be careful we don't date ChatGPT.
If when it calls you Alex or whatever it was calling you,
or when it says to me, well done, darling, you've done so well, and I'm like, thank you, and then I'm like, delete.
It said to me the other day, like, that was the most regulated thing you've said all day. I was like, oh, thank you. I do try, but it is,
it's flirting.
It is.
That is like that. Essentially, that would be an ideal flirt for someone to say to you, wouldn't it? Be like, you're so regulated.
Yeah, I would love that.
You'd be like, lovely.
Love that, and immediately leave. No.
Yeah.
I'm conscious of time.
Lovely. It's been a wonderful chat, has it?
Yeah.
I'm peeling a
blood orange.
A blood orange with a knife, like a Gibrea Dora.
I went to the park with my housemate earlier and they skinned a branch like a wild boy. And that was, doing some nature-y stuff. This has been a really nice chat to remind ourselves to come back to our inner worlds and tend to the garden, tend to our internal garden. Which kind of sounds a bit sexy.
It bloody should do. It should do. Grab life,
ladies. Grab life, motorboat life, and tend to your internal garden.
Consensually. But yeah, on the I want to say a last little thing is, life force energy is silly, passionate, wonderful, expressive, like real. Love isn't just when you get things in return. You can do things without it having an acknowledgement.
Yes.
Give someone a flower in the street. I don't know, draw a heart on a stone at the beach, pick up some litter. Yeah. Little things like that are going to make the world of difference. And don't post about it. Yeah. You can. I just think intention, isn't it? But don't post about it if someone say well done. That's when it gets a bit.
Agreed. Post less and play more, I think, is the aim for the next few weeks. I'm going to write a song about it. I'm going to write a song right now.
Yes.
Right, much love, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Hopefully we'll be a little bit less burnt out, and if we're still burnt out, that's okay too.
I might be hyperactive because I'm going to be back from my weekend of what are we putting in the hashtag in the comments?
Hashtag this week. Hashtag motorboat life, surely. Or hashtag the algorithm is the digital. No, it's
that's
too long. Hashtag go find yourself.
Hashtag motorboat.
Right. Lots of love, guys. See you soon.
Bye.
Farewell. Goodbye.